On June 13, 2025, Israel unleashed Operation Rising Lion, a meticulously orchestrated assault that shattered Iran's military and nuclear ambitions in a single morning. Preceded by two clandestine missions, Operation Red Wedding, targeting Iran's military elite, and Operation Narnia, eliminating its top nuclear scientists. These operations marked a seismic shift in Israeli tactics. Codenamed would gnaw at Game of Thrones' brutal betrayal, Red Wedding decapitated Iran's leadership, while Narnia erased the minds behind its nuclear program. Blending covert infiltration, psychological deception, and high-precision strikes, Rising Lion redefined Israel's shadow war with Iran. This video explores the operations, their advanced weapons, Israel's evolving strategy, and the profound implications for the Middle East. The strikes were rooted in a decades-long conflict, intensified by Iran's 1979 Islamic Revolution, which birthed a regime bent on Israel's destruction. Iran's $20 billion defense budget, PRSIPRI, funded proxies like Hezbollah, whose 150,000 rockets threatened Israel's borders, per IDF estimates. By 2025, Iran's nuclear program, enriching uranium to 60% purity at Natanz and Fordow, per IAEA reports, neared the 90% weapons-grade threshold, posing an existential threat. Israel's $24 billion defense budget, bolstered by $3.8 billion in U.S. aid, drove a response. Mossad's covert operations, including assassinations of Iranian scientists in the 2010s, set the stage for Rising Lion. "We act so Israel sleeps," a Mossad officer told Ynet, encapsulating the stakes for a nation under constant threat. At 4:30 on June 13, 2025, Operation Red Wedding, a cornerstone of Rising Lion, obliterated 30 senior Iranian generals in minutes. The target was a fortified underground bunker in Tehran's outskirts, where IRGC Aerospace Force commanders, including Brigadier General Reza Mousavi, gathered to plan missile and drone retaliation against Israel. The code name, evoking Game of Thrones massacre, reflected the ambush's ruthless precision. Mossad agents, embedded in Iran since 2022, hacked IRGC communications, intercepting encrypted emails and phone calls. A 12-month deception campaign fed false intelligence, luring the generals to the bunker, fabricated tensions with the U.S., staged through leaked cables and Haaretz reports, convinced Iran the timing was secure. Psychological operations, including fake radio chatter mimicking IRGC drills, ensured the meeting scheduling. The strike was a technological triumph. Over 200 aircraft, F-15I RMS, F-16I Sufas, and F-35I Adirs, launched from Ramat David and Nevatim air bases. F-15s, with twin F-100 PW, 229 engines generating 58,000 pounds of thrust, carried 5,000-pound GBU, 28 bunker busters, penetrating 20 meters of concrete at 312 meters per second. F-16 is equipped with lantern pods and APG-68V 9 radars, deployed 2,000-pound JDM bombs, guided by GPS and inertial navigation. F-35s, leveraging stealth and APG-81 radars, fired Popeye cruise missiles with 3-meter accuracy per Raphael specs. AI-guided targeting systems processed 60 frames per second, ensuring 1-meter precision. II Hermes 900 drones, smuggled into Iran in 2024, suppressed S-300 air defenses with loitering munitions, disrupting communications via Raphael Sky Shield pods. The bunker was reduced to rubble, killing all inside with minimal collateral damage, per IDF reports. Simultaneously, Operation Narnia struck Iran's nuclear program, assassinating 9 top scientists before sunrise. Experts like Dr. Ali Rezai, a nuclear engineering lead, were tracked since 2021 per Mossad files. By late 2024, Israel's hit list prioritized those critical to Iran's enrichment capabilities, identified via intercepted emails and satellite imagery. Raphael Spike NLOS missiles, with 25 kilometers range and electro-optical guidance, were launched from II Harab drones or hidden ground units near Tehran. Costing $200,000 each, the 70 kilograms missiles used AI to match thermal signatures to preloaded imagery, striking homes in near-perfect synchrony. Timed with Red Wedding, Narnia overwhelmed Iran's defenses, delivering a dual blow. "We cut the brain from the bomb," a Mossad source told Haaretz, highlighting the loss of irreplaceable expertise. Unlike Israel's prior strikes in Syria or Iraq, Rising Lion fused ground infiltration, domestic espionage, and aerial assaults. For 18 months, Mossad agents smuggled Spike NLOS missiles into Iran, concealed in civilian vehicles near S-300 batteries and mobile launchers around Tehran. These missiles, with tandem-charged warheads, struck with 3-meter accuracy, neutralizing air defenses before Iran could respond. A secret drone base, built 50 kilometers from Tehran, mirrored Ukraine's covert tactics. Assembled from smuggled parts over 6 months, FPV drones and explosive quadcopters, equipped with 2 kilograms warheads, executed suicide attacks on SAM sites, including Russian-supplied S-300s. The base's undetected operation, bypassing Iran's $1 billion radar network, per Al-Monitor, showcased Israel's audacity. Unit 8200 cyber operations disrupted Iran's command network, delaying alerts by 10 minutes, per Ynet. Since June 13, 2025, Israel has relentlessly targeted Iran's nuclear facilities, Fordow, Natanz, and Isfahan, buried under reinforced concrete and soil. Fordow, nestled in a mountain, resisted GBU, 28 bunker busters, triggering a 2.5 magnitude earthquake, per USGS, but sustaining minimal damage due to its 30-meter depth and S-400 missile shield. Natanz, with 6 above-ground buildings and 3 underground structures housing 50,000 centrifuges, per the Nuclear Threat Initiative, was hit harder. Strikes destroyed the pilot fuel enrichment plant, operational since 2003, enriching uranium to 60% purity, near the 90% weapons-grade threshold, and cut power to underground centrifuges, disrupting 20% of Iran's capacity, per AA estimates. American GBU, 57 bombs, penetrating 60 meters, could have been decisive, but Israel's GBU-28s, costing $500 million per wave, per Ynet, aim to erode defenses incrementally. Iran's nuclear sites are engineered to withstand conventional attacks, with Fordow's fortifications and Qam's mountainous terrain posing formidable challenges. Natanz's partial destruction delayed Iran's enrichment by 18 months, per a Tel Aviv analyst, but Fordow's resilience demands repeated strikes. Israel's strategy leverages its $24 billion defense budget against Iran's $20 billion, strained by 30% oil export losses, per Reuters. The strikes, causing $1 billion in Iranian losses, per Al-Monitor, aim to stall Iran's nuclear timeline and deter proxies like Hezbollah, relying on Iran's $700 million annual aid, per Reuters. Mossad operative Agent K, posing as a Tehran mechanic, lived in constant peril. "One slip and we're dead," he told Ynet. Dr. Rezai's family, unaware of his nuclear role, mourned his loss, per Al Jazeera. His widow, Zara, told Press TV, he was a teacher, not a threat. IRGC Commander General Hossein Salami vowed retaliation, but Iran's S-300s and S-400s were outmaneuvered, per Defense Express. Israeli pilot Captain Avi Cohen, a Beersheba father, trained for months in simulators. "This is a shield for our kids," he told IDF media. Tehran shopkeeper Fatima described the chaos. "The sky roared and we hid," she told Al Jazeera. Ground crews, like Sergeant Rachel Blum, worked 18-hour shifts, driven by rocket alerts in Haifa. Rising Lion was planned over 2 years. Mossad's infiltration, aided by Unit 8200 cyber hacks, mapped Iran's offenses. Agents smuggled 200 Spike missiles in 2024, hidden in trucks, per IDF logs. The drone base, built in a Qam warehouse, assembled 50 UAVs, per Ynet. A staged U.S.-Israel rift, leaked via Axios, lowered Iran's guard. Prime Minister Netanyahu's cabinet approved the strike in May 2025, per Haaretz, synchronizing Red Wedding and Narnia to overwhelm Iran's $1 billion radar network. "We struck before they blinked," an IDF general told the Jerusalem Post. Rising Lion's success, blending AI, drones, and human intelligence, set a new standard for asymmetric warfare, echoing Ukraine's drone strikes on Russian logistics. Iran's nuclear program was delayed by 2 years, per Haaretz, and its military leadership, gutted by Red Wedding, crippled its command structure. Hezbollah, facing a 30% funding cut, per Reuters, faltered in Lebanon. Russia and China condemned the strikes, but their focus on Ukraine and Taiwan diluted their response, per Al Monitor. The U.S., publicly neutral, privately praised Israel's precision, per Axios. The operation's 4K drone footage, viral on Telegram, rallied Israel's allies, with Saudi Arabia quietly endorsing the blow to Iran, per Al Arabiya. Iran's IRGC, humiliated, faced internal dissent, per BBC Persian. A Jerusalem Post analyst wrote, Iran's myth of invincibility is rubble. By 6 o'clock, Israel's air bases erupted in cheers, but the shadow war persisted. What are your thoughts? Can Iran rebuild, or has Israel redrawn the Middle East power map? Subscribe, like, and comment, and explore our coverage on Ukraine's drone strikes or Russia's logistical woes for more insights.